As air travelers returned to Canada in the first 6 months of this year, the government failed to keep track of 3/4 of them.
If they're going to put in a requirement, they really do need to have worked through how to monitor and enforce that requirement.
For a third, there was no checking on quarantine compliance. A third of COVID-19 test results went missing, or the feds failed to match them to travelers.
I'm concerned that the agency is unable to show us whether or not these border measures are effective border measures.
The Auditor General's report comes just as the government reintroduces some of these measures to stave off the Omicron variant.
This is too serious of a ball game for the Public Health Agency and the Liberal government to be letting the enforcement of something as important as disease control at our borders be so poorly enforced.
The government's response has been far from perfect. To Canadian travelers, I say this: plan ahead, be prepared for airport delays, have a quarantine plan.
The Auditor General also said the government failed to protect temporary foreign workers during the pandemic. Some had complained of a lack of food during COVID isolation and inadequate space to keep 2 meters apart. At least 3 workers died from COVID-19.
I think we'll never be able to tell the real cost of this. Inspections are not the issue because the inspections simply can't work because of even if they worked, even if they said an employer was non-compliant, there was no mechanism for workers to get reparation.
There too, Ottawa admits it fell short and needs to do better. With migrant workers set to arrive in the spring, any fixes by the government will soon be tested. Rafi Bujikani on CBC News, Ottawa.